Hello everybody, it is Miranda here, and I have decided to finally upload a room tour video. I'm going to try and keep this steady and not shake. I'm going to give you an overview while I am giving you a quick little summary here. This has been a work in progress. A lot of this was shown on the Prima blog, but I've added more to it since then, and I feel like it's never going to be perfect. I feel like I've been waiting until like it was perfect. It's never going to be perfect. It's always going to be like a mess and have things going on, and that's okay. So this is where I'm at now, and I will link my old craft room video tour below so you guys can see just how far it has come. Okay, so I do want to give a little disclaimer. I have a ton of Prima products because I'm on their design team and a Live with Prima instructor, so please don't feel like I am trying to just be like, oh, look at all my goodies. It is not that way at all. I am blessed to be on their design team, otherwise I could not afford a quarter of what I have. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there. I do have a lot. Okay, so there's the quick overview really quickly, and I'll go this way one more time. I love what I did with that wall. That's my favorite thing. And I also wanted to add that I live in a mobile home, so this place is a lot older, has a lot of things wrong with it, and I just try to make the best with what I have. I'm going to move this chair out of the way really quickly and show you guys. This is my main this is my desk. This is where all of the crafting happens at. So I keep everything around here that I need to use all of the time. Okay, so it is my honey built me this desk custom, and the lighting is just kind of crappy today, so I apologize for that. It has these really cool locker bins. Let me move this trash can really quickly. All the way under there. So there's 10 of those, and those store a ton of things. And then I have a glass top, which I wanted to add. So it's very industrial chic that we added the glass top, because I have to have a glass top because I'm a very messy crafter. Okay, so in the bins down here are all of the items that I use constantly. Let me grab one. I plan on labeling them. So in here we have like mechanical. These are all mechanical. So that's basically what this is. Older ones, newer ones to the right side. So that's what's in that drawer. Let's see if I can get it back on there the right way with one hand when it's that heavy. Okay, this is Frank Garcia stuff. Okay, so this is all of like memory hardware goodies. So that one goes right below it. I'll show you a couple more. This is my Engelbaum junkyard findings and whatnot. And in the very back here, I have this little cookie tin, and this holds my relics and artifacts that are out of the package. And I put it in here because it keeps these standing up, and the relics and artifacts are right above it. So I know to just kind of like go there and grab that first when I start a project and see if what I need is in there. Oh, this is so heavy. Okay, so I have a bunch of the new jewels, which are beautiful, and a ton of the new Dresdens, which are kind of down here. Then in the back area, I have a ton of relics and artifacts. They are one of my favorite items, so I have a ton of those. I'm going to leave it down there because it's really heavy. Wood elements. Over here I have non-Prima, like gessos and stuff like that. Up here I have like my Prima alterables, the clocks and frames and whatnot. Wood embellishments. Over here I have the ephemera packs and chipboard pieces from Prima. Okay, so in my drawers I have, this is probably going to be a long video, tools in that drawer, like heating tools, glue gun, whatnot. In this drawer, same thing, crocodiles, cutting tools, things like that. Okay, so I'm working on my first art journal, so here's a little glimpse at a spread that I did. I've done a bunch, so I was doing that and I just went ahead and left it out. Okay, so up here, this is kind of like the main area. These are the things I use all the time. So I have my paintbrushes in here, which I have a ton. I just don't have them all out. I keep glues and some scissors here, and then I keep like silicone brushes and like my palette knives and whatnot there. A few different Prima goodies here that I use all the time. Heavy gesso, gloss gel, Decor inks, and whatnot. Up here I have a ton of their mediums, which it's double layered back there. So there's just a ton in the back too. Just gessos, matte gels, texture paste. I feel like this is going to be like a Prima store type video. And then I have all my chalkboard paints back there. And then behind that, I have all of my art ingredients, like glass glitters, micro beads, let's see, mica powder. Some of them I haven't even opened yet. I just got a package. Mica flakes, they're in there. So this is like the main area where I keep all that stuff. Okay, color bloom sprays. I have a huge problem. This is so unorderly, y'all. It's literally like 3 or 4 deep. And if you'll notice, I have all the Color Bloom 2 sprays up front, and I kind of push the old ones to the back, except the frost one because I use it on everything. So I have a ton of Color Blooms. I also have a ton in another area, but I have a problem. I love my Color Blooms. And then I have all of my alcohol inks here, and I didn't put them in order by color, but they're 3 or 4 deep. I have a ton of alcohol inks. Up here are non-Prima mediums. Golden and Liquitex and whatnot. Over here I have Tim Holtz stuff on the top 2 shelves. I have like his paints, which I didn't organize by color or anything. Distress stains. And then I also have all of my Art Alchemy paints, which I have so many of those. I love them too. It's another addiction. So I have those not organized by color either, but there's some up here on this shelf because I couldn't fit them all on here. And then a few down here too. I have my rust paste texture mediums, paper towels there. Down here is a little thing that's kind of like a catch-all. I put things that I'm working on. I just throw it in there and scoot it back. Done. This bird cage, which I love bird cages, I collect them, keeps all of my metal embellishments by like Prima and IOD. So they're all in here, which I do have a ton of those as well because I'm slightly... That one doesn't go there. I'll put him where he goes after this. So I have a ton of those in there, okay? So that's that. Let's move over to this little section. This tray is another catch-all. Ever since I've started art journaling, this tray is specifically for art journaling. What I do is if I'm working on a project, any flat leftover piece I put over here. So I've got like some die cut papers, tags, just little random pieces that I dedicate specifically for art journaling. And this was just like a Melissa and Doug for the kids tray that had stamps in it, and I painted it blue. So I have my Iron Orchid Decor and Prima molds here because I use them all the time. So I have those right up there. Down here I have my calligraphy inks in the back, and then I have all of my memory hardware artisan powders down here. The pearls, the melange. It's really hard to see because it's kind of like a little nook, but I have like tons of the memory hardware stuff in there. I have more inks in a little tin. I have all of my Prima markers here. At the bottom I have like graphite pencils, Stabilos, chalk inks, chalk paint pens, stuff like that. Up here I have this little area, which I love. I did a tutorial on how I altered this, but this holds all kinds of different things. This one's kind of empty right now. It holds like shiny embellishments that are small. This one holds washi tape, which is very empty because I don't have a ton. Down here I have chipboard pieces that are out of the package. Down here I have tags and whatnot. I'm collecting these Prima jars from the Old Fashioned Got Flowers to hold my elements in. So those are some of Frank Garcia's new ones. I have my Julie Nutting mini dolls and this one. Beeswax, artisan powder, sequins, really pretty. More of the pearls there. Have some of my art, some of my little art blocks that I've been doing up there on the wall. This holds like my Prima laces, and it's really easy for me just to kind of like pull it out. Up here is another little hutch that I have some ribbon spools here, and all of my embossing powders are in there. I can't reach to open it right now while I'm with one hand. And just have vintage, like little vintage elements. I love this. This thing is so rusty. I try to like keep like decorative stuff out too. Okay, here is where I keep most of my stencils that are still in the package. I store my stencils in two ways. I keep the most current stencils in here, like the newer stencils that, like, you know, I need to promote for Prima, so I keep them here. They're all the new big Decor stencils are up there. Up there I have a lot of my watercolor tag pads and the paintable pads and whatnot. They all go up there. Alright, here is another main hutch, and let me show you really quickly some of the stuff hanging. I have a chandelier over here, so at nighttime I turn it on. It has Loomies in it. This is my Heaven Sent Baby mobile I have hanging. My lighting, I did mason jar lighting, and then we have this, which I have a tutorial on all of that. And I have, like, you know, random pieces of my art just randomly throughout there. Okay. So same thing up here. The artist canvas is up there on the top. A good friend of mine, P, made that for me, and I love it so much. So these were clear bins. I do have one to show you. Sorry to give you whiplash, but they're these bins right here, which I haven't covered those yet. These are what those are, and I just die cut using a Prima die and some book paper and covered it. So you can still see through it, so you really don't need these tags, but I got them anyway. You don't have to have them out like that. I just kind of like the way it looks. So down here at the bottom, and my honey made me this shelf, I have a bunch of the stamps that I love, like my block stamps, some Finnabair stamps, and I keep these little bottles. These are some confetti dies that are left over. These are some pieces that are, like, my honey does a lot of plasma cutting, so I kept all these, like, little gear pieces from a project he did, and they're all rusty and cool. So anyway, I have everything labeled. Gelatos, chalk edgers are in these four. Let's see. Assorted inks are in this one. Versamark ink stays on. Distress ink. So these things hold a ton of stuff. It's really cool. Here's all the keys I have. Graphic 45 staples. So like keys and stuff that are all Graphic 45. Miniatures, pigment inks, and then you go up here and you have like Prima bits, okay? So in here are things that are out of the packaging, but they are Prima. So they go in there, and they're my Prima bits. Vials and bulbs, you know, everything's labeled. So I have everything. This is like my main go-to area. Okay, so if it's not in the packaging below, and it's loose, it goes into there. This is just a little like, I keep some Graphic 45 stuff in there too, but it's mainly like ephemera and journaling cards and let's see, well, hello there, just random things like that. I have some more tag pads and whatnot in there, tags and stuff like that. This unit right here holds a lot of stuff. This one holds my chipboard elements. This one holds all of my bloom stamps. This one holds, I know it seems empty, but I keep this one on current collections that Prima has released. I have a system that works for me because, you know, we have to promote a lot of, when their new collections come out, we need to promote those as much as we can, so I keep those in here. Down here I have some of my stamps. I'll show you the other way I store my stamps, but I have a few of them here. Down there are all my Say It in crystals, which I'm not even going to pull out because it is like a ridiculous amount. And then up here I have some extra dies that are not Prima. They go in here, so all my spellbinders and whatnot. Alright, 15 minutes just to show that. Wow, okay, I'm trying to hurry, y'all. This holds like my craft mat, my scoreboards, things like that. I have my paper cutter down there. This little cute bicycle thing holds little random metal embellishments in there. Let's see, I've got it the wrong way. So it just opens up and I've got like random little bits in there. Let's see here. Let's go to my wall, which I love. And I have a separate like tutorial on how I did this. It is actually book paper from one of my favorite books. And it's been here a few months now and it's holding up perfectly fine. I use the new Ironworker Designs roller stamps with this, and then the cling stamps that in the background there. So I have a full tutorial on this that you guys can check out if you're interested in that. I have a few things hanging up on the wall over here. And then down here are these heart boxes that I have a tutorial on as well. And they're not just for looks, like they actually hold things, okay? This one has some markers. Basically, these keep things that I need to ship out, or if I have like a project in progress and I mean, they're get pretty large down there. So if I have a project in progress that I need to get off my table so it looks nice and neat, they go in there, okay? So they are actually functional. Inside of this cabinet, I have two little bins down here. This one keeps all of my Iron Orchid designs, rollers, and whatnot. All their new stamps and stuff are in there, and these huge acrylic blocks, which I have an extra one I need to give away. I keep all of my like strings and threads and Prima, like, you know, trims and whatnot in here. This thing is full of like thread. It all goes in there. And then below that I have a bunch of tools, like random bits and whatnot. Okay, up here we have another area that's like one of my main areas. This is my die cutting station. So I do all my die cutting over here. These are all of my Prima dies, which I have a ton. Here are the new confetti dies that are so amazing. I love these so much. So I just have these stored over here. And the snow globe die, which is like ridiculously amazing. It's a stamp and die set. So I have all of those up here in this bin, okay? And then up here I have my Tim Holtz dies. So they just kind of rest in there. And then the smaller ones are back here. And then I even have like the other ones that are back there as well. And a few little pieces, a little tag and thing that I made. These two baskets, like I said, I have a couple extra of these baskets, but when Prima releases new collections and we are promoting them, I try to keep them out. So these are all Rosy Bell flowers. I have a ton of them. It's kind of hard to see just how many, but I have like a ridiculous amount. And then I try to keep like the trims and like journaling cards and stuff right there because, you know, these need to be promoted and I need to use them. Same thing back here. These are the sweet peppermint flowers. I have them in another spot. Here's the watercolor card kit that goes with it. So I try to keep those out. And I buy things over time. These are from the dollar store and they have them right now. I think they're $4 for the small and $6 for a larger one. I have a few things back here, just decorative, a C&M, my little piggy, which we'll be doing the class on at Art Venture coming up. This is a mirrored area and I have a few things out. Linda just made me this. It's beautiful. Okay, so up here I have a ton of stuff hanging. I have another one of my Prima chandeliers that I altered. Again, it has Lumi lights, so when at nighttime I turn all of them on and it's so pretty. I have a bunch of my dream catchers hanging. Those I just did. So they're all hanging up there. Up here, I almost skipped this cabinet, I have some of the IOD metals that I adhered here to my cabinet and put this grating in there. It's kind of messy, but I keep random bits in here like little cups, metal, tape, clays, my IOD paper clay. These are moldable rubber bits, plastic bits. I'll have to show you those. Just random little things that I use, tools, cotton balls, sponges, random molds that aren't, you know, Prima. They all go in there, and I know it looks kind of messy. Here is another main area, which is the desk, my computer desk. So this is where like Chris usually sits, or I'm sitting if I'm not crafting. So I have a ton of stuff under the desk, and you guys, this carpet is horrendously dirty. But we're getting hardwood flooring in here, so it's gonna get, there's nothing I can really do in the meantime. So there's a ton of stamps in here. I have random strings in here. Back there you can see my Decor transfers. This box right here, this bin, it's called Stuff. And that's basically what it is. I have some Graphic 45 current collections I was working with, some fabric pads from Finnebear, the new butterflies from Sandra Everetson's collections, some of her eggs, the imperial eggs. I think I have a finch down there, just random bits. Okay, this container holds my canvases, which it's like overflowing. Not only does it hold my canvases, but like my art blocks, excuse that one, that's a work in progress. My carte blanche wood plaques. It keeps all of that type of items. So that's what's in there. I feel like I'm shaking this camera so bad. Here's another piece that I did a tutorial on using the roller stamps from IOD. I have generic flowers in the top, Prima flowers here, and then Petaloo flowers here, and all of my punches go in the bottom too because they're really heavy. This one is boxes, cigar boxes, other boxes ready to alter. This one has one of the Decor transfers on it from IOD, and in here I have books that I use pages out of, and then I keep all of my packaging, and it's all in here and in the bottom as well. And I also keep empty Prima containers, and you'll see why soon. I use those so I don't ever throw anything away. Okay, this is so shaky, I'm sorry y'all. Okay, so this is my new little caddy that I used for watercoloring stuff. I'll show you an overview really quickly. So this is where all of my watercoloring items are. I have all my watercolor sets from Prima. This is my little rollout. These are all Prima watercolor pencils, and I keep those in here. All the watercolor pencil sets are in here as well. Some of the newer ones, which I haven't got to play with yet, which I'm so excited. These are the new metallic accents, and they are delicious. I love them so much. I keep my watercolor coloring books here, liquid frisket, watercolor brushes, other random watercolor coloring books. The Bloom book by Jamie Doherty. Oh my gosh, she's so amazing. I have my oil pastels here. Okay, so that's just like my watercolor little caddy, and I keep some of my artwork out. Here's what I just did my Ustream on, and when I color pages, if I haven't framed them yet, I usually just kind of stick them to the side here. Okay, this is another glass tabletop, but it's kind of mirrored too, so you can see me on there. This is a little caddy. It holds, this is where I keep my paintbrushes because I do my Ustreams over here on this table, and if I'm using a paintbrush I need to put it in soapy water like super quick. So these are all just need to be wiped off and put back where they go. So this is my little mouse pad that I covered with an IOD paintable, which I think it's just so super pretty. Okay, so we're moving along. Let's see here. I have a little stack of magazines here in my planner right now, which needs to go away. This is where I keep all of my, let's see here, like Articakes. Let's see what all's in here. Yeah, basically my Articakes and some Melissa Francis resins and other random pieces in this beautiful bird cage. I love this bird cage so much. It's so pretty. Okay. So here's another area. I needed one section to just show off my artwork. We have a lot of family and friends that come over and they want to see, you know, what I create. So I made this area simply just to display my artwork. I also have these bookshelves that are literally books. So it's like literally a bookshelf. Has some older pieces. This is functional. It keeps all of my USB ports and whatnot. There's the snow globe I just did for the SBC show for Prima, and an older piece up there, a paint palette that I did. Have another one in my chandeliers hanging up right here, and it lights up as well too. I added Loomies in there, so at nighttime it's really nice to have that. And you guys are going to see all this really crazy looking wire, and this is not Loomies, it's another brand, because I needed an extra large one, but it intertwines throughout all of there, and at nighttime it turns on. It looks beautiful. So here's a little party train that I did for Prima a while back, and then I just have some of my stuff displayed. There's my other piggy I did a while back. Just different little projects that I've done over the years. Some Graphic 45 pieces and Prima pieces up there, and then on top as well. Okay, now we're going to get to what I call like the bulk of my problem. I am an altered artist primarily. Oh, let me take this globe out really quickly and show you guys. Hold on one second. Okay, I have a tutorial on this coming up. It was like this cherry finish, and I painted it with Prima's chalkboard paints and IOD inks, and I love these claw feet, they're so beautiful. So I have a tutorial on this coming up, and I'm going to do something to kind of lessen the color on it. I'm not quite sure yet. Okay, anyway, moving along. Over here I have some fabric scraps I forgot to mention, and some metal ribbon there. So, as an altered artist, my main problem is I collect things. I collect anything from thrift stores. Doesn't matter. I don't have these labeled yet, so I don't know. I'm glad I opened this one because it's organized. These are letters, whether they are wooden or metal. Those are all letters. Those are all my alphas, which here's all of my frames that are ready to be altered. Here's Christmas stuff, all Christmas stuff waiting to be altered. This one is what I call like my favorite stuff that's waiting to be altered. Have some really cool items in there that are waiting to be altered. So I need a ton of these bins because I alter things. So I need to cover them up in a pretty way. Alright, we just added this futon in here because we need a couch in here. Like, people come in here, this is kind of like the area everybody migrates toward. So we just got a black futon and it folds out into a bed. If some, you know, we have an extra bedroom, but in case anybody wanted to sleep over or whatever. Okay. This is another one of those rub-ons from Prima, which is so gorgeous. I mean, like that mirror looks so pretty with that rub-on on there. Okay, here is my gallery wall, which I showed pictures of on Facebook, but there it is in action. This is the same. It holds a bunch of stuff waiting to be altered, okay? But here I'll give you an overview of my gallery wall. And then I did a little runner with that same Prima die and some book paper. And I just have some pretties out here. I turned this one on at night. Rika on the design team did something like this. And I never showed it because if I do something inspired by someone, like I try to, you know, keep it to myself and not post it. But I made that for my honey. Anyways, I have more pieces I've colored from the Prima coloring books and stuff. Here is an oldie project. It's still there. Over here I have a globe that I love, and I have some pieces from Janet Coulter. This little tray holds my wood icons from Prima. This is all the new wooden alphas from Prima, which I love. And then in this bin below it, which I'm not going to try to get out right now, are my already done molded pieces from the IOD paper clay and the molds. Here is how I store my stamps, which it's like a mess. Okay, so my stamps. I have them in these binders, and I have them labeled on the spine. That one says Finnabair and backgrounds. This one is other Prima goodies. So I either put them in like little baggies by collection if they were loose, or I put them on here if they were still in the packaging. So that's how I'm doing my stamps right now, and it's working for me so far. I keep my background ones over there on my desk so they get used the most, but for now this is working for me. Now the little piece I did for Graphic 45, and then tucked away in the corner over here are my really good watercolors, like my fancy ones. You know, like name brand, Winsor & Newton, Daler & Rowney, all of my Cotman watercolors, stuff like that. Ones that are really good and expensive, and I'd rarely break out because I'm not a watercolor artist. Okay, here's another big area that holds a massive amount of stuff. I think everybody's pretty much familiar with my steampunk hutch. And this is the end of it. Oh, I can't believe it. I know this has been super long. So over here in these cubbies, I keep like my gypsy cord from Prima. I keep all of my ribbons, things like that. In here, oh gosh, you guys are going to kill me. Which I haven't even got to my flowers yet, but you're going to kill me. This is where I keep backup art ingredients and art basics. These are like just backups, and it goes all the way around. I'm sorry, y'all. These are a ton of Prima flowers, and more tons and tons of Prima flowers that are either older or overstock. Like all these right here are overstock with the new gorgeous flower bundles that Prima has came out with. These are, you know, they have no water in them. Extra color blooms and extra A4 paper pads. This is just kind of like a backup area, and for loose and older Prima flowers. I'll go to the top. Speaking of flowers, this is where I keep most of my Prima flowers. that are not current. I'll show you what I do with the ones that are current. I keep a ton of Prima flowers in here. I love this. These ideally do close, but I just keep them open because they're full. I keep vines in the back. That's how I store them. Okay, and where I keep my, I have these pull-outs here at the top, which I love. I have more stamps here. Let's see, let me take one down to show you. Sorry for any shakiness, y'all. So these bins are super heavy duty. Here's more Graphic 45 stamps. And then, you know, in these baggies I have by collection because they were already out. So there's the tray, as you can see, and they're all up there like that. These are all of my current Prima flowers that need to be used. So I have a ton of those new but old flower bundles in there. Y'all, I have an obscene amount of flowers, I know, but I'm on the design team and live with Prima, so I get a ton. This is my Creating in Faith bin. This is my Christine Adolph. I'm trying not to take them all out, but I'm sure you guys want to see some of it. And this is by no means organized. These are the new Christine Adolph rub-ons. You can see back there I've just got some random foils. There's the older ones, and the foils are in the bottom, so I have those everywhere. So there's a couple of my bins. So flowers, these are like background pieces like cheesecloth, mesh, tissue paper, things like that, drywall tape. This is my adhesive one. I keep all of my pop dots, artisan tapes from Prima, things like that. They all go up here. I have my Prima Lanties from the Salvage District here, and they light up at night as well too. And on top I have some more of my latest artwork. I shared this one on Facebook, I think last week, my little altered bottle I just did that I really love, so it's out. I just kind of try to keep some of my artwork out without being too much. There's the Graphic 45 piece. There's my air conditioning, so I have to kind of keep it not covered. This is an old sewing machine that my honey got me that I just love, so I have my alphabet cards from Prima here. Those are some hydrangeas the kids picked me last week. I did a Ustream on this. Here I have the clock I just did for Graphic 45, and this is my Tim Holtz bin. I keep a lot of Tim Holtz stuff that's still in the packaging here, and of course, you know, like over here, I'm going to try not to make you dizzy, and those bins I have all of my loose ones. Oh, by the way, my paper towels hang right there. I think I forgot that. Okay, so right here, some of these are pink, some are black, and I have them labeled. Okay, it's just a bunch of different random things. Extra paint brushes, they're all in here. Let's see, random bits left over from projects. They go in here, and I try to pull from there first. Wooden bits, spools, wooden legs, liquid pearls, enamel dots like that. Let's see, clips, all kinds of different clips, wax, sealing, and kit. They all go in there. So you can see it's like organized chaos basically. Down here I have Graphic 45 goodies. I have some of my favorite collections out and some of their newer ones there. The chipboards in the back, and then like the ephemera packs. Some of those little banner ATC sized ones. Down here at the bottom, oh goodness, I feel like this is the longest video ever. I'm sorry, y'all. I have a ton of either memory hardware albums or Graphic 45 stuff. I have a lot of the, you know, Staples boxes and stuff left over from my term on Graphic 45, because I was with Graphic 45 right before Prima. So I still have a ton of Graphic 45 stuff. I have a lot of their mixed media albums. Let's see, here's some Prima memory hardware albums. That's the magnetic one. Let's see, these are 6x6 paper collections by Prima Graphic 45, and they're just in this bin. Back here I have, it's so hard to see, but I have tags. Let me pull some out really quickly. Have like all kinds of different tags that I got from Michaels, and they're back there. Over here I have more memory hardware stuff. Okay, here's where I keep most of my paper. Okay, I keep current collections more prominent. So right now this is all sweet peppermint, and I have a ton of it because it's foiled and it's so pretty. Like, look at the foil, it's just so pretty. So I have all my sweet peppermint right here. I have a couple of the 12x12s, 8x8, 6x6s. They're all right here. Up here I keep all of my paintables by Prima. the large ones. Up here are, let's see, A4 pads of the Prima papers, like Heaven Sent and whatnot. Let's see, I have 6x6 Rosie Bell, which needs to go in the proper place. I'm not the most organized person. Here's Rosie Bell 12x12. Look at the foil on that one. Like, that's ridiculous, right? Like, how pretty is that? So I keep Rosie Bell right there in the top. And then below it, I have, you know, other collections. French Riviera, Tales of You and Me. And then when you go down to the bottom, I try to keep them in the packaging. I have like all kinds of older collections down there. It's just like crazy. More A4 pads, almanac, whatnot. Keep some of the journaling cards here to the side. Salvage District, Garden Fable. So, you know, it's like, it's not perfectly organized, but it's organized for me. One thing I love about this is it becomes like an extra tabletop for me if I ever need it. And I do quite often. Okay, so I think I covered that area. Let's see. And on top, I just have more pieces that I have done in the past. I'll scan across it really quickly. Just a few pieces that I have done. Okay. And I think I have one or two more things to share, and that's it. Oh, right here really quickly, I did want to share this. This is where I keep my scraps, and this is where I keep stencils that I no longer have the packaging for, okay? So let me try to take this off one-handed. Oh, good job, Miranda. Okay, so I have them by size on binder clips, okay? So on this clip that I'm holding are my 6x6 ones, and then I have 12x12 ones, and then I have odd-sized ones, okay? And then I did want to share this with y'all because I really think this is such a great way to store your scraps. We all have leftover packaging, and what I started doing is using that to store my paper scraps in, and it is so amazing. This is Tales of You and Me, fussy cutting basically, and scraps of paper, because I don't like to tuck it back into the sheet. This is Garden Fable, Rare Oddities, Graphic 45, Rosie Bell, and then I keep like paper scraps in the back and fussy cut pieces in the front. These are Prima stamps that I have fussy cut out. I do a ton of fussy cutting, Heaven Sent pieces, and then scraps of paper in the back. So anyway, I wanted to share that with y'all because it really has helped me. I know when those are just all die cut doilies, whatever you want to call them. I think that's a really cool way to store them, and it keeps it organized too. Okay, so let me do an overview really quickly, and I have taken a lot of stuff out of its place. So hopefully I covered everything. I hope I didn't forget anything. So I hope you guys like my room tour. If you have any questions, leave them below. I know it's kind of dark over there. It's kind of getting dark outside right now. So, and I didn't want to open the window because it just glares. But if you have any questions, leave them. I have a few things to put away now. I hope you like my room, and thanks for watching, and share your spaces with me. I love, love, love to see other people's spaces and your ideas. And if anybody has any help on stamp storage, please help me because I'm so struggling with it right now. But this is my room, and I hope you like it. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.